With Fontaine being a patch away, we are about to be halfway through the 7 nations in Genshin's story. Since the nations represent chapters in Genshin's story, I like to do something of a discussion series before each regional update and see what the thoughts of others are like on things going into another chapter. To start off, I'd like to ask a few general questions. Now, I am not on Mihoyo's payroll. I am not trying to farm Mihoyo coin, and am not trying to put Genshin on some sort of pedestal. I have my own complaints about the game, which I will voice. These are simply questions for discussion. Why do you play Genshin? Do you have any goals with the game, or are you simply along for the ride? For me, I play because I do enjoy there being different elements, how those elements are integrated into the world, the Gnosticism of the lore, pulling for characters I like, and using those characters in content of which I'm allowed to. Hint, it's not a lot. A long-term goal I have is collecting and crowning each of the 7 Archons, which I go into depth about in another video series of mine. Do you still play Genshin? I know these past couple patches have been dry, and there's more water in the desert than things to do, leaving not much to really indulge in. If you don't anymore, what made you quit? If you do still play, what do you enjoy from playing it? And why do you continue to still play? What do you most look forward to? Could be a character, story moment, region, that god roll artifact that will never drop, keep coping kid, anything. What was your favorite event? Mine has to be the 2.8 Golden Apple Archipelago. Seeing the islands themed after the participating characters was pretty cool, and seeing the stories depicting their insecurities as well as their backstories was great. Even the tease for Denjo, Sumeru, and Nahida toward the end there. Those Mona constellation puzzles were a real pain though. I had to look the solutions up because I was not spending an hour on some puzzle, and after solving them, it had me feeling like an idiot. Fischl's Island was the best. Her whole medieval theme was awesome. Having Raven statues as her royal guard, her own castle towering over the other islands, the whodunit Raven scenarios and plays, her becoming and overcoming the Prinzessin and the Immunocrite domain with the shattered purple sky, all of that was cool. The blend of story and exploration had it feel like an actual event. And honestly, I think it was the last time I had fun in Genshin. What was your most memorable or favorite Sumu moment? Could be from the Archon quests, a character story, exploration, side quests, an event, or even a hangout. What are your thoughts on the story so far? In my opinion, the plot with the Fatui and the Harbingers stealing the Gnosis is carrying the story. I feel like the patches where the story or Archon quests is focused, for example, 3.0 to 3.2, are the best, and everything after that is just filler until the next region. What do you dislike about Genshin? Cause let's not kid ourselves. Genshin is not perfect, and there are a lot of flaws, so feel free to rant a bit if you need to. I'd love to read it. And here we finally reach Fontaine. What do you hope to see in Fontaine? Maybe we'll learn more about the Steambird. Maybe it'll play a part in uncovering the truth to Fontaine's justice. I bet the Fatui are pulling strings there, but the question is, what strings and whose? I really hope Focalors is as cocky and arrogant as what is said about her. Like, what exactly did she do that made the Lockfolk resent her and leave? How did she take seat as Hydro Archon? What's her relationship and thoughts on the situation with Conria? What are her thoughts on the other Archons? That's always something I want to know when an Archon is revealed or introduced. Does she have a familiar like the other Archons? It should be difficult to take her Gnosis, since she's the one who is still about the traditional Celestian ways and would hold dear to it. When is the sky being fake going to be relevant? If it was ever brought up during the Sumeru arc, then I forgot. We're halfway through the story, come on now. I want to see more of the Archon's power being displayed too. I hope Focalors isn't just a one-dimensional brat. I think Nahida was handled pretty well. She's competent, helpful, and smart, but I have a problem with the execution of A. I don't mind her being out of touch with the ongoings of Inazuma, but the execution of it is so bad. Like, I'd understand it more if it was as her being so absorbed in her obsession with eternity to the point she ignores and doesn't give enough attention to her people. But it's not done that way. She's portrayed as if she's a shut-in dunce. For example, in the TCG event story during 3.7, we make our way to Inazuma and meet up with her and Miko, and A questions why everyone is afraid of her when they're challenged to a game of TCG against her. Like, I highly doubt she's this oblivious to her actions and their results. Yes, make her intimidating and all that, but not stupid. There's so much more to this character. The fact that there are videos clearing up the misconceptions on her speaks for itself, and I don't like that. There's more to female characters than just being shallow waifus. I don't want that being done to Folklores or Murata and the Suiza. As for stuff gameplay wise, I expect nothing. Others hope to see changes to the game come with the release of Fontaine and new excitement, but similar was said for Sumeru, and the only thing I can remember was that we got more party slots. The recent daily commission change is nice, though. My expectations are severely grounded, expecting only the most standard of stuff. Things that are a given, like new characters, a new explorable region, the Fontaine Archon quests, some new enemies, and I guess TCG cards. Nothing imaginative or crazy. I already know the bosses are going to be a pain in the ass and uninteresting. Also, I feel like more than likely the underwater exploration will only be featured in Fontaine. Now, if other bodies of water are explorable, say Cider Lake around Mondstadt, I'll give props, but we have yet to see, so I'll hold out on it. I only hope the exploration in Fontaine isn't as unbearable as it is in the desert portion of Sumeru. Having to explore underground areas with no readability or sense in where you're going is not fun. Having to trek across wide areas of sand with your limited stamina bar is not fun. Having items on top of sand mountains with no clear way to reach them while also dealing with your limited stamina bar is not fun, especially in the 3.4 and 3.6 areas. Why are you making the exploration a hassle in itself? Do you actually want people to play a game? I don't know. Some of these decisions are so counterintuitive. Quick exploration question. And the answer to this might be obvious, but if exploration gave no rewards, and that of chests and primos, would you still do it? World and side quests would still exist and give rewards. Puzzles would exist, but nothing for completing them. Bosses and enemies would still be there, and the reputation board would still give rewards, but have to be adjusted. So I ask you, would you still explore? I know the game already deprives us of rewards, but I'd still like to ask the question. Do you like exploration for the sake of exploration, or are you just after primos? I don't mean to be negative, but there just isn't much excitement to be had for gameplay, and I do see a good game underneath this layered mess. Whatever turns out to be enjoyable, we'll see, but I feel it's safer to not expect much, or anything at all. I'm sure Fontaine will be absolutely beautiful. Genshin scenery always is. This was supposed to be a discussion video, but it kinda turned into a rant as well. I just can't not speak on things I enjoy or care about, and I do like rant videos, and I wanted to do my own at least once. I know nothing will change with the game, but I just like talking about the issues and frustrations. What are your frustrations, if you have any? Anyway, first episode of my Genshin sit-down before a series. Thanks for watching, and remember, whether you let the Stockholm Syndrome get a hold of you is the real endgame.